Hi everyone, and welcome to the Inside Guide podcast. My name is Marion, and my mission is to help you improve your relationship with yourself so you can improve your relationship with the world. Each week, I help you to empower your life, and I give you some tools so you can start to live your life based on your own choices. If you like the message that I try to share with the world, the best way to support the podcast is to share it with your friends, subscribe to the show, and rate it 5 stars on iTunes. Thank you for being here, and let's begin. Hello everyone, and welcome to this new episode. Today we're talking about self-reliance, and as always, I am so happy to be with you. Before we begin, I just want to take the time to thank Julia Dream, who left a comment on iTunes and said, "Thank you so much, Marion, for your episodes. It really helps me to understand some aspect of my thinking. I'm looking forward to listening to more." Thank you so much, Julia. It really means a lot to me that you appreciate what I share with you. And more than this, I feel so happy that it helps you. Before we start the episode, I also want to tell you about the workshop that I am hosting on Thursday 11/11. I don't know if you know, but in numerology, it's a powerful day that helps us to awaken to new beginnings. So for this occasion, I'm going to host a workshop to reconnect to your inner strength. I'm going to put the link in the description. If you're interested, just check it out, and I can't wait to see you guys. Okay, so self-reliance. The first thing that I want to say about that is that there's no doubt that it's really important to have a solid support from people around you. I believe that we are made to live together as a community, and as human beings, we really need to support each other. However, I also believe that it's important to draw your own strength and to know how to rely on yourself. You know, with the society we're living in, I feel like there's a lot of relational dependency, and a lot of people rely on others for their own happiness. And when you see our needs to fit, it really shows how much we depend on others. Self-reliance really helps you to build self-confidence. It helps you to improve your decision-making, your problem-solving. It also helps you to build self-acceptance and to rely on yourself for your happiness. It also helps you to improve self-worth and to become more self-aware. So this is an aspect that I developed a lot in my own personal growth journey. I really developed this ability of self-reliance also during my travels. So I traveled on my own. I traveled the world on my own for nearly 6 years. And I feel like this aspect really helps me to grow self-confidence. And this is why it was really important for me to share it with you. All right, so what is self-reliance? Self-reliance is trusting your ability to get through the challenges of life on your own. It's the fact of using your own resources and the ability to provide for yourself. To me, self-reliance isn't about shutting the doors to others and not getting help. It's about getting enough knowledge about yourself so that you can grow self-confidence and self-responsibility. So today I am here to tell you few clues, few tips on how you can increase self-reliance. And the first thing that I want to talk about is to develop reliability. So reliability refers to consistency. So the fact of being constant. So you might ask yourself, okay, so how to be constant? Well, I feel like to be constant, you need to get clear. You need to get clear on what you want and what you desire. You need to get clear on your boundaries, your limits, a bit like a self-knowledge, knowing yourself, knowing your limits, your strengths, your weaknesses, but also to determine your motivation, remembering your why, remembering of why you're doing things. It makes me think about the previous episode that I've done on intention, that I strongly recommend you to listen, because intention gives us a purpose. It gives us a meaning. When we have intention, we have a more meaningful life. So when you are more constant to yourself, it's because you are able to remember your why, remember the intention that you put behind things. So this is how I am constant to myself. And also to keep a positive mental attitude. What I mean by this is not to always try to be happy, to always smile, yoo-hoo, everything is fine. No, it's not this. It's really to be kind to yourself, to try to put things into perspective, to develop this ability to take a step back from your own feelings and from your inner dialogue. When you are constant to yourself, no matter what happens, you go back to yourself. You cheer yourself up. So this is really the first thing that I wanted to tell you. The second thing that I want to talk about is perseverance. Perseverance to me is the mindset of no matter the storm, no matter what happens, I keep going. I focus on my achievements more than what I don't have. I focus on my achievements more than what I lack. I focus on my achievements more than my failures. I feel like for a lot of people, it's hard to be constant and to persevere because there's this fear of failure. And I wrote something at the end of my free workbook, What is My Life Purpose, that I suggest you to go and download on my website. That is really well made. I give you lots of tips, exercise. I really guide you through a full reflection. So go ahead and download for it. So at the end of it, I've written that fail actually means first attempt in learning. How could we learn if we don't fail? So, failure happens for everyone. And I feel like the problem isn't that much about failure. It's what we make it mean about ourselves. So, today I just want to ask you, when you fail, what does it mean about yourself? What do you tell to yourself when you fail? You might, think things like, I'm not worth it. I'm not able to do it. I can't do it. I'm shit, or all this stuff. So the problem isn't that much about failure. It's more about what you make it mean about yourself. So really, perseverance is this ability to deal with setback and failure. Something that also helped me is to know my motivation. This is what I told you just before about being constant. When I know my why, when I know my motivation, it helps me to, so when I have moments of down, which happens to everyone, to all of us, how can I remember my motivation of why I'm doing things? And this is why, once again, setting intentions, working with intentions, bringing awareness to your day and to everything that you do help a lot. The next thing that I want to talk about, the next tip that I want to give you is to treat yourself as your own best friend. So what would you do for your best friend? You would probably support them in everything they do. You would probably honor their trials, probably honor their strength too. You would probably accept them for who they are. You would treat them with love and compassion. So why not doing the same for yourself? Stop treating others better than yourself. Give yourself unconditional love, unconditional support. Honor yourself. Celebrate your achievements. and your failures too. Cheer yourself up. Be there for yourself. This is such an important component to build self-reliance. Seek for your own approval. This is my next tip. If you constantly look for others to tell you how good, how smart, how beautiful, how funny, etc., whatever, how funny you are, you will spend your whole life waiting for something that might never come. So imagine building a strong relationship with yourself where you turn your negative self-talk into positive words of motivation, of inspiration. What would change? Really, what would change? You can build up your own self-esteem. Trust me, you will feel so free. Because when you do that, you realize that you don't need others to accept you. You approve of you. And the last thing that I want to tell you is to develop self-responsibility. So you have two choices in life. You can decide that the challenges and difficulties are an opportunity to blame and complain. Blame and complain about others, about life circumstances, about what happens to you, about your boss, whatever. Or you can decide that any situation, whether it's positive or negative, is an opportunity to grow. So it doesn't mean that you have to be happy about everything that is happening to you. Doesn't mean that you have to accept everything that is happening to you. Doesn't mean that you have to not care of what's happening to you. It only means that after you felt your frustration, after you expressed your anger, your sadness, whatever feelings and emotion you have, you understand that this opportunity is a way for you to grow, is a way for you to get something maybe better, to get just something different. So what do you want to choose for your life? Self-responsibility is about thinking, okay, I can't change what's happening to me, but I can change how I react to it. Because if you try to control everything around you, you're going to end up feeling with a lot of stress, with a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. But more than that, you're going to end up feeling really unhappy because you cannot control everything. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control what people think about you. You cannot control how people feel. You cannot control a lot of things. So self-responsibility is about going back to ourselves and say, okay, I cannot control everything, but I can definitely control myself. And I want to finish this episode with a quote from Patricia Sampson. She said, self-reliance is the only road to true freedom. And being one's own person is its ultimate reward. And I agree so much with her. I truly believe that self-reliance is the only road to true freedom. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, if you just enjoy the work that I'm doing, if you enjoy the message that I try to share with this podcast, I really encourage you to share it with your friends. If you feel like it can help other people, if you think that what I share is helping and interesting, the best way to support my work is to share. Thank you so much, guys, and I see you next week. Just imagine being able to improve your relationship with yourself and with others. Understanding and managing your emotions on your own, quieting your mind in order to put things into perspective, voicing your needs and boundaries, finding inner balance and inner peace. It is my passion and my mission to guide you on this path. I help you to regulate your nervous system, understand your unconscious behaviors so you can improve how you think, talk, and feel. If you're interested about working with me one-on-one, follow the link in the description and visit my website to book a free 30-minute discovery call.